Good afternoon, students, or actually good evening. It's 12:01 on Thursday night, September 12th. I want to do a little refresher on some of the items that we talked about the first week in class. Actually, the first 2 weeks in class, we did a little orientation, and I just want to make sure that everybody can find what they need to succeed in my class. Anytime I send out an announcement, which you can reach at this tab here, it's archived. So I've got the assignments, the course syllabus, deadlines, any updates. Just recently, I sent you a video on what types of file formats to send in what instance. So for example, if we're in a workshop or office hours, you'll send me a link in the chat to a Google document. And the students who have attended multiple office hours will note that I will oftentimes make those editing changes for you. Please make sure that I can open up your document and edit it, because all of the other students who are waiting their turn are having to wait for other students to follow those instructions, and it tends to log jam the process. The other area I wanted to show you, so right now, let's see, we're in the Thursday night class. We've got the announcements tab. So when I send out an email to you, it goes to your inbox on your email. It's archived right here on the announcements tab. And then I've got all of the different links to this class. I've got the actual class link. It says class Zoom link from 6 to 8:40 p.m. And then I have a series of office hours which any student can attend. If you're a Thursday night student, you are not only bound to only go to the Thursday night at 9:30 class. You can come to my Saturday office hours. We went from noon till 2. Tonight we were going through till 10. It's just important when you're in these office hours that you are listening to the instructions. I got some really nice feedback tonight from a group of students towards the tail end of the office hours, and they really enjoyed the work that we did as a team. And one of the students stated that it helped her improve her speech because she saw the work I did with other students. And quite frankly, her speech was picture perfect out of the gate, which indicates that she was engaged. By now, everybody should be almost finished with your speech, if not finished, depending upon which class you're in. For example, my Wednesday class, they are now giving their speeches. And let me show you. Every time we have an assignment, I'm going to list it here. A lot of your instructors will have, like, so we have the public speaking unit, we're going to have the interpersonal unit, the group unit, and then the unit about the communication model, etc. I load the units up sequentially as the class proceeds. So when you click on this tab, versus having multiple of these to flip through, maybe a video lecture, the assignment sheet, a quiz, some resources, I put it on one page for you. And as I go, I make updates. And here I outline where that information is located on your syllabus, as well as the assignment sheet. And I even made a video about all of these policies. So whenever there's something written, I, in most instances, will make some sort of video for you. Here are all the deadlines. So my Wednesday night class, right now, they're presenting. They're in the middle of presentation mode. And here's when I introduced it for each different classes and the deadline. So for example, my Thursday night class, it's the hard deadline. Your grade begins with a 70 if it is not complete and in picture perfect format. We've already worked on it a previous class, and I've had 2 weeks of office hours to help you, well over the required amount that I am actually supposed to be in. So let me just kind of fix this because I'm kind of picky. You guys know that. If you've been to my office hours, you know all about the page breaks, don't you? So, and some of you are probably chuckling. So we've got a lot of different things here at the bottom. If you're confused what's going on, Your first go-to should always be to read the assignment sheet from your instructor. But I make it super easy for my students and I go through this document for you. Now, granted, I've added some additional information at the top based on some questions. So it's not going to be exact, but it's pretty close. The other thing I did is that we had our first speech tonight with my Wednesday night class. And this pack of students, they were brilliant speeches to the point where our class stayed over. Well, it was 20 minutes and I had to get to office hours. It was the most supportive post speech discussion I have ever witnessed in 34 years of teaching. So if you're in the Wednesday night class and you stuck around, please know how humbled I was, how supportive you were of each other. And that's how it should be. So every one of the speakers in my Wednesday night class knocked it out of the park. This was our first speaker. And as you can see, he has a picture perfect outline. And he even had a discussion in office hours about a trigger warning. He's highlighted his evidentiary support. He's following the correct format. The page breaks are brilliant. And he's even giving me his brain dump and all the times he's come to office hours. The Leatherwork speech was another brilliant speech. And she had a little different way, but notice how everything is cleanly formatted. The fonts, the typography is consistent. The way that she is quoting and using the pink consistently. So I'm very flexible with my students, how they make their outlines, but it should be consistent and look neat and tidy because that's what your brain is wanting. Notice this student indicated all of her brain dump ideas, and then she's got a picture perfect, and then she's coming in for me to look at her outline. Then we had another clothing speech, another brilliant presentation with a different way that they did that. Now, I think part of this page break problem is how I rendered it out in PDF because I know this student and she's a perfectionist. And so I'm going to chalk it up to I took her outline, I deleted her name, and then I made a PDF. And so that's on me, not the student. And by the way, I know you're extra credit, but you should have documented it there. And then we had the social media crisis, another brilliant speaker. And look, she did a little different way, but note the typography, the fonts, everything is consistent. So if you're copying and pasting information from different websites, and I'm noticing this in a lot of my the outlines I'm looking at, they're going to have different fonts. It needs to be consistent for your eye. Here's one little thing, probably shouldn't have been off to the side. So, and you can see there's a little difference here, but these are the things that we're looking for is consistency because you're helping your brain. So all of the deadlines are in your course syllabus. So if we go back to this particular class, we've got a sign-up sheet that has been sent out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the assignment sheet for my Thursday night class. This is the assignment sheet. No, actually, this is that is the assignment sheet. So let's take a look now at the speech sign-up day. And what we have here are the dates of your speech. So it's important that you understand these are your deadlines, and we have 2 days to deliver this speech. This is a once a night week class, and that's how all of my classes are with the exception of the Monday, Wednesday. So it's very important to adhere to those deadlines. Now, I don't know what these messages are. I think they were a student who was sending out a survey for extra credit. The best way and the only way to contact me is through email correspondence. I do not go through BlackBoard interface. The reason why is because in the corporate environment or the political environment or whatever sort of workforce way that you will be in the future, and that's what ACC is focusing on, right? Preparing you for the workforce. We do those modalities of communication through email correspondence. Finally, make sure that you understand that all of the communication for the 99.999% of your issues should occur at office hours. It is humanly impossible for me to pre-grade work. And remember, think of yourself, how many of your professors pre-grade your work? And if I'm offering double the amount of office hours that I'm required. And in most of these instances, these office hours run 2 hours. That's what, it's like what, I have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's 8 hours of office hours a week, plus the hours that I offer in class to work in class. If you're not ready to present your work in any of these times, please do not expect your instructor to go back and forth multiple times through email correspondence to pre-grade your work. I'm cutting you a solid pre-grading your work. And this is the exception of the individuals who sent me their outlines like the first week of class. So if we go to this speech assignment, and that when I originally introduced this, like on August 26th, I had a slew of students send me a completed picture perfect outline. This commentary does not apply to you. This commentary applies to the people who may be a little bit lagging behind on your work. I cannot look at your outlines through email. This is a verbal discipline, and I'm teaching you by showing you, and the students who come to office hours can testify that I will make corrections for you to help you. So I'm showing you, not telling you. And that's a much more effective way to communicate the information. If you have not completed your scavenger hunt, please get that to me. Thank you for watching my video.